Really good mood. Are you guys ready to celebrate tonight? Yes. We got a tremendous and very, very fun evening planned. Tonight we are going to be celebrating the successes of 2012. We have quite a few people in the room that we're going to be celebrating, but we also are still going to be doing our deals or no deals. So, if you have a deal that you would like to present, raise your hand. Vicki or Juliet will bring you a deal sheet so that you can present your deal this evening. And if you don't have a deal to present, that's okay. Because are you ready to have some fun? Awesome. Who's here for the first time tonight? Wow. Members, look around the room at all the new faces. Stand up, get out of your chairs, and give them a huge round of applause. I've had the opportunity to meet a couple of you, and on behalf of my business partner who's tucked down in the chair with the red shirt on, Andre Johnson, and myself and Tammy Phelps, we're the co-founders of District RIA, the Real Deal Investment Club, Deals or No Deals, and we are honored that you are here this evening. I'm going to be putting a PowerPoint up in just a few moments. That is a journey and reflection of what 2012 meant for me as the co-founder of District RIA. It's a gift that I would like to share with everyone. It's just a rolling set of photos of what our life and our journey has been like with all of you as a part of the District RIA family for the past year. So please make sure from time to time as you're eating and networking that you take a look up there. One of the things that I wanted to start off by sharing with you is, that's a picture of my daughter, who is currently serving in Afghanistan. And I haven't spoken to her in 6 months. And I got a phone call today. And so I just would like to give a moment to all of our soldiers, all of our veterans, all of those that have sacrificed, all of those that are currently serving our country, all of those that have served our country. Needless to say, I couldn't be a more proud mom. And to not speak to her for 6 months and to answer that phone call and hear that little sweet voice, Mom. I said, Chastity? She said, Mom, it's me. And I cried and laughed, and I only had 10 minutes with her. But anyway, for those of you that have served, my hats are off to you. Thank you. I'm very, very proud, and I just wanted to share with you, this is why I do what I do. I don't know what your why is in your life, why you do real estate, what is it that motivates you and gets you up every day. That's my why. My other why is my son, who also is in the military. So I'm pretty excited and very, very proud. We've got a lot of people to celebrate this evening, and I'm going to be bringing them up one by one. Brian, where's Brian? Do you know how to put this on a roll, on a loop?
Seems like I've grabbed 2 pieces.
How you guys doing? Good. You guys made it
All right, sorry for that. One of our members is dealing with the technology. For those of you that are here for the first time, there are 3 flyers that will pertain to you. The first is the yellow flyer, which always has all of our upcoming events. Thank you. The yellow flyer on one side has all of our upcoming events. And obviously this evening, December the 19th, is our holiday party. If you also go to our website, districtria.com, you will see our calendar and a list of all of our events. On the other side is our Dealmakers Test Drive, where you can sign up to actually be a member of the District RIA family. There is no fine print. You get to attend all of our classes, our educational classes, for free as a member. Those benefits are listed on the back side, and a list of all of our classes is also on our website. Will also be emailed to you. And if you have any questions, you can talk to Vicki, who is standing behind that pole right there, who has her hand up. She is the District RIA Executive Director. She will be able to help you with any types of questions that you could possibly have. How many of you are agents or realtors in the room? Raise your hands, proud. Wonderful. I am also an investor agent, and Andre and I have spent the past 18 months collectively working and putting together a program to bring together the beauty of being an investor and to be an agent, to be able to capitalize on the profits, to also be able to capitalize on the commissions and all of the features, bonuses, and wonderful things that you get to do and be a part of by being an agent that you wouldn't normally otherwise get to be a part of. And it is very, very exciting. It's our Dealmakers Academy. It's for 6 months. We have education not only through District RIA, but also through Next Stage Realty, which is our brokerage, which is a very, very investor-friendly brokerage. We literally take you step by step and hold your hand all the way through your first 3 transactions and are there to provide unlimited support to you. Especially in today's times of being an investor with all the REOs, with all the rehabbing going on, all of the properties that are out there both residentially and commercially, being able to be an investor agent or work with someone that is an agent that understands your game, that understands what it is that you're trying to do. We have brought together this amazing program for you. We're really, really excited about it. And so the white flyer that says Dealmakers Academy has all of the information on that. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to talk to Vicki. All right, are we ready? Are you guys ready to celebrate?
Yeah.
All right, we're also going to have a little bit of fun this evening. All right. There are a few people in this world that have a tendency to give unconditionally, whether you ask them to or not. They're always there to lend a helping hand. They're always there to do things that you ask them to do. They drive and sit in traffic and attend all of the meetings, and there's a lot of members that are in here just like that. The first person that I want to acknowledge leave it right there. Just leave it right there. Go back for a minute. Oh, sorry. Anyway, the first person that I want to acknowledge tonight is somebody who goes above and beyond. It's somebody who has dedicated their time to our family, to being at all of our meetings, but more importantly to technology, to bringing our organization to life through photos and through video. And so, Brian, will you please put the camera down? This is Brian Shanklin, everyone. Brian is not only an investor, but he also is our volunteer of the year. And we really, really would like to thank you for everything that you give to us, for all of your support. So this is for you, and this is also a gift for you.
Tammy, your mic's off. Your mic's off, Tammy.
Tell I am technology not very savvy. I'm real estate savvy, but not technology savvy. It's not coming on. All right, my voice goes up. So while they are still working on that, hold your hands up high so I can see. How many of you have done your first rehab this year? Keep your hands up in the air. Residential or multi-unit? Did it go exactly as planned? Did you go in on budget? Or I should say, did you come out on budget? Were there trials? Were there tribulations? Yes. Did you get it done? Yes. The success in being a rehabber is in the fact that you did it. Sometimes the biggest amount of adversity is where you are going to learn how to become the greatest real estate investor. But those that give up, shut the door and walk away, won't understand the level of success that could be waiting there for them. Is real estate investing easy? Did anybody say it was easy? There is one person in this room who truly defines for me persistence, perseverance, resiliency, defying all odds, waking up every moment with a smile in his heart, doing what he needed to do to get the job done. It doesn't always matter what the profit was, does it or does it not? Does it matter that you experience the journey? Profit is a bonus, but that you experience the journey. Where's Randolph Scott? Please stand up. Randolph Scott is our rehabber of the year. I am a little biased this year because I got to choose who I felt deserved deserved these awards. Next year, you are going to vote. And it will get even bigger and even bigger and even bigger. And there will be more awards, there will be bigger prizes, and even bigger gifts. Okay, and that's not the point. The point is that I want you to be able to nominate even yourself, your stories. But Randolph has the most unmessable with stick-to-itness that I have seen in an investor in a long time. He has coached with me. He has attended meetings left and right. He has invested in himself. He has invested in his education. He has probably spent more time down in D.C. at the local government working on issues and dealing with challenges, but every time I've talked to him, he has done it with a happy heart and a smile on his face. And to know that he is closing out 2012, having completed and been through the rehabs that he did, I would like everybody to give him a huge round of applause, because you guys Thank you. Do you want to share anything about your rehab and your rehabs, what it's been like for you? Just why don't you take 2 minutes and just talk about the experience of being a rehabber and maybe one of the greatest lessons that you took away from it.
Okay, let's talk about the first rehab. First I put my money into a self-directed IRA, and I was looking at properties and looking at properties and looking at properties. And one day I just got desperate and went out and bought the worst property that you can probably find in D.C. And I had already loaned some money to another investor who eventually defaulted, and I used the same guy to manage the property. And later on, I found out that he was using my money to finish up some of his own property. So I had to take him off the property. And he had given me an estimate of $65,000, and finally wound up finishing the property for about $100,000. So we didn't make any money. The second property he defaulted on, he went to tax sale. He left a dumpster of trash in the yard, so we spent a lot of money trying to correct some of his problems. And it looks like we finally got the property just about at finished the rehab. We got a contract on it. And it looks like, according to the numbers, that we may break even. I may get my money back and we may break even. But the loss came from fixing a lot of the things that he did. So my advice to everybody is, before you partner with anybody, you need to make sure that you check them out, verify that they are good people before you give them money. Thank you.
And he's still standing. Thank you, Randall, for all that you give and all that you do.
Oh, yeah.
Our next individual, I don't believe is here. Dr. Joe, are you here? He's in Africa? And he can invite us? Our next award goes to our Coach of the Year, and this is for Dr. Joe Asamoah, who has dedicated countless hours to coaching you, to doing on-site projects with you, to taking you through what it means to be a successful rehabber, a successful property owner, a successful landlorder, and he has relentlessly committed to the District Area family. And that is why when Dr. Joe gets here, we will definitely be presenting him with the Coach of the Year. So Dr. Joe, enjoy Africa. Don't think about us back here, and have a wonderful time. All right, our next investor, I'm going to probably embarrass him a little. I'll give him a heads up. I'm not going to mention any names yet. This member, please guys, this is really important to us. This member joined us about, I believe, 18 months ago, and he sat very, very quietly at every single event that we had. I watched him meticulously take notes. I watched him get very involved, but he sat there quiet. And it wasn't until after the deal had been done that I even knew a deal had been done. And so whatever it is that was going on, I then learned about this deal. And I actually got to spend a little bit of time talking to him about this deal. And I hope that this individual can now realize that he is not out there alone. He is part of a family that is there to support him. But he prevailed, he succeeded, he got his first rehab done, and I couldn't be more proud of what he accomplished. Mr. Jim Blakesley, will you please come up front? Because District 3 would like to honor and acknowledge you for being our VIP Investor of the Year. I would like for you, for the first time ever, to stand in front of the room and please tell all of us about your deal. 2 minutes.
I have a partner. He's got some experience. What we did was we found out about a shell in Capitol Heights, Maryland. It was $60,000 more or less. We decided this was the house to buy. We've been trying to buy houses in Northern Virginia for quite a while, and we're totally unsuccessful. Everything was being given up. So we decided Capitol Heights would be the proper place to start. Unfortunately, we didn't have a team, so like Randolph says, I ran into some of the same problems with people that sold themselves as more than they were. And so as a result of that, we ended up having to go through things sometimes 3 times with plumbers and drywall people and all the rest of that. Lost money on materials and paying for the same job to be done several times. What we ended up doing though was we bought the house for $60,000. We were supposed to put $35,000 to $45,000 of rehab into it. We probably ended up putting $75,000 into it. But we got a really nice family to rent it for 3 months, and then they promised to buy it for $159,000. So all in all, it's hopefully going to work out.
So, is that a huge success story or what? Now, I know you made mistakes once. Did you learn from them?
Made mistakes more than once, yes. One of the mistakes I made was deferring too much to my partner. I knew a lot more about life in the business world than he did. He knew more about rehab, but I basically deferred to him on almost every issue, and I shouldn't have, because he doesn't have the maturity thing. And so that ended up getting us into problems where he thought he could do anything, and he couldn't. And I tended to believe it. Right, Brian? Brian kept an eye on me the whole time.
But yet you prevailed, and you are still here. And you invest in your education, you attend every one of our meetings, and you do sit quietly, but I have my eye on you. 2013 is your year, my friend.
I hope so.
I have faith in you. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate it.
Thank you for all you do, too. I certainly learned a lot.
Very good. So much fun to celebrate all the successes, and these successes go on throughout the year, and we're all busy with our life and we're all busy with real estate. And when I started looking at all of the individuals that had accomplished what I knew they had accomplished, it actually made me feel really proud as the co-founder of District 3 to be able to stand here tonight and present all of these success stories to you. I think it's extraordinary that in the midst of chaos of an economy where they say that deals can't be done, we are putting them down left and right, both residentially and commercially. And if you spent the day with us on Saturday, we talked about the state of the market and where we're going. DC is appreciating. DC is taking off like a skyrocket. Now, more than ever, is the time to get into real estate and create the financial freedom and the financial independence that each and every one of you are so deserving of. Because you do deserve that financial freedom. Would you agree or disagree? Do you deserve it? Yeah, absolutely. We're here to help take you on that journey. These next 2 individuals also have dedicated to invest in their education. They have spent numerous days and numerous hours at events with us. They have sacrificed a lot of time. They have spent time with us, or one of them, this is a couple, actually came down and spent the weekend with us at the girls' beach week. You'll see some photos up here. We actually go away twice a year to the beach and share girl time just to get away. And these individuals are always smiling, always learning, always growing, and even at the age of retirement, they are so young and so fraught with investing in real estate. And our members of the year for District RIA is to recognize and show the utmost appreciation and gratitude for your outstanding dedication to the District RIA community, for your exceptional commitment to personal growth and real estate education, and not to mention your success investing in hotels. Jim and Dorothy Griffiths, can you please come up front? Actually, you can stay there. I'll come to you. We would like to present this to you, and here is a gift from all of us. Congratulations. Thank you. So you're never too young to invest, are you? You're never too old to invest, are you? But how many times do people say, oh, that's not going to work for me? Oh, that real estate stuff doesn't work. There's so many times I hear these things over and over again. Even on crutches, even in pain, even in the midst of everything that they're going through, they still are out there investing in their financial freedom. They're my heroes when it comes to consistently investing in themselves, in the education, to be able to grow and become an extraordinary real estate investor. Thank you, Dorothy and Jim, for all that you do. We love you guys. This one's a lot of fun. Is Lacey in the room?
No, he's not here.
He's not here?
He's right there.
Lacey. Lacey, this isn't about you. So can I want you to share in the fun on this one.
Okay.
This is who it's for. Don't say his name.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
So, take the mic and just share a little bit without saying his name.
Oh, okay. Thank you. There's another person who's been here sitting quietly, taking notes, and coming to all of the events, putting money into their education, taking advice from as many people as they could talk to, and they got an opportunity to do a deal after being here for maybe a year and a half, watching and waiting for their opportunity, not thinking that they were going to be able to do a deal, getting frustrated like many of us do. When's my deal coming? When's my deal coming? When's my opportunity coming? And this person was sitting in a meeting and happened to meet someone who had a property for sale. He struck a deal with them, a great deal as a matter of fact, owner finance deal, and was also able to pick up financing from a friend for the rehab. They're working on an awesome project right now. I've had the pleasure of working with them to bring this project to close. He closed on it. He's now the owner of the property. He's already begun working on it. It's a project that's in D.C. that's going to make him a lot of money. Just let me know if I can say his name.
You can say his name now.
Okay. The individual's name is Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy is, Charlie Murphy is the 2012 recipient of District RIA's Best and Most Creative Deal in honor of your outstanding hard work, your commitment, and your dedication. education, we would like to award this to you. I'm going to say a little bit about Charlie as well. Yes, Charlie sat here for almost, I think, 18 months. Is that right? 18 months, attended all of our education, all of our meetings. There were several times before the meeting started when we do networking that Charlie would come up to me, and you were frustrated. A lot. Yeah. And that frustration was in that he didn't have the deal yet. He didn't get to get up in front of the room and say, I have my deal. Anybody ever felt like that? You want that deal so bad that sometimes you go get the deal just to get the deal, to say you got the deal, to then realize you shouldn't have taken the deal, right? So Charlie comes and I can't remember if you pulled me aside or I think you pulled me aside and said he had this deal, but this is what he was doing. The whole entire time he said he had this deal that he wanted to talk to me about, could I spend a little bit of time with him? So he called me at 7 o'clock in the morning and we spoke for 2 hours and we went through some information about the deal. And then at our next educational event, Lacey happened to be there and we went out to lunch and we sat there for about 90 minutes and Charlie was still like this. We went out into, I knew I could do it. We went out into the parking lot because we had convinced him he needed to call the seller to say something. And we walked out into the parking lot and he still sat there like this. The good news is you actually got to leave a message though, right? Yeah. So that was a good thing. To make a long story short, this is without a shadow of a doubt the most creative deal I've ever seen somebody put together, and it was his first deal. I'm going to let him tell you about it because he met an individual who was the seller of this house sitting directly in front of him at our the Real Estate Investment Club meeting? The Real Deal meeting. So would you mind sharing just for a couple minutes how you met him, how you put it together, how it all turned out, and where you are right now? Would you do that?
Yep.
Thank you.
I met the owner of the house. He was sitting behind me at a district RIA meeting, and we just started chatting each other up, networking, which is Tammy's favorite activity. And we just started chatting each other up, and I explained a little bit that I'm looking for my first deal, and about 10 minutes after the conversation started, he piped up and said, well, he has a house for sale. I said, oh. And well, we started talking about it, and said that was in the district, and he said it was a probate deal, and they finally told me it was his father's house. And, okay, it's his father's house. And so he said, well, I asked what he was looking for, and he told me somewhere around $80,000. And I asked him, well, I didn't exactly have that much. And then he came to the conclusion that owner financing would be good. And so I made him an offer. I made him an offer at $60,000, and that he'd pay back 90% money. And I offered him 10% originally, but he wanted payments. So then we settled on 8% in payments every month. And I just gave him his first payment last week. The house was a real mess. As Lacey knows, he's taken 2 17-foot truckloads of stuff out of the house. Really bad house. Dirty house. Roaches, all sorts of paper, all sorts of junk. But right now I'm cataloging all the other stuff that was left behind, and there's furniture and all sorts of stuff that I'm going to be giving away, to charities. And working on cataloging that right now. So,
And you're doing this full-time with a full-time job?
yeah, I go there around 7:30 at night and work there a couple hours, 2-3 hours a night. And then I travel an hour north to home, and I leave home around 7 o'clock in the morning. So
you're committed. It's what it takes to get the deal done. Charlie, I am so proud of you. I hope that this nonprofit that is free. And I want you, I'm going to give this to you, I want you and Lacey to hold this. I want you to hang this up where you can look at it and be reminded every single day of what you've accomplished and that there are many, 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 many more to come. Congratulations on your future. I forgot we had these gifts in the back. Jim Blakesley, please come up. I want this to also be a constant reminder every day from Andre and I and from all of the family at District RIA that you can succeed. And I hope that you will hang this up and look at it every day as a reminder of the success that you've created, of the success that you're yet to receive, and that you've made it and you've arrived. Pretty cool stuff, huh guys? Do these sound like deals that maybe could have happened to you, did happen to you? Anybody else done their first deal this year that we don't know about? First rehab deal. Anybody else done their first rehab deal this year?
I started last year, I sold it this year.
You started last year? And you sold the house this year? It's fantastic. And how was that for you?
It was my first deal, so it was challenging.
It was very challenging, but you're still here. And are you working on the second and third?
Yes, I
Absolutely. Because that's what it takes. Perseverance, resiliency. All right, the next two people that I'm going to be bringing up, our vendors are actually not here. They're on vacation. The next individual is a 2012 honorary MVP of District RIA. This is one of our highest awards. Not only did she become a full-time real estate investor, she did what all of us dream of doing. She fired her boss this year. That's right. But she didn't fire her boss at the local Dollar General. She fired the government. And it's pretty extraordinary because after doing what she did for the amount of time that she did, do you think that it took a lot of nerve and courage to walk away from stability and security? I know this individual very, very well. I know that she's been sitting here for several years, just like you, saying, when is that first deal going to come, Tammy? What is it going to take? What am I going to have to do to make it happen? Why is it happening to everybody else, but it's not happening to me? Why is everybody else getting deals and I can't seem to find that deal? But when she finally had an emotional shift and changed her energies, she was at the beach with us and she and I had the opportunity to talk, and I knew she had been putting away income, because one of the first rules as a real estate investor before you are ever able to fire your boss is you need to be able to have a year's worth of your income, if not 2 years worth of your income, put away to carry you through getting started as a real estate investor. Little did I know that she was squirreling it away over the past 2 years. While we were sitting at the beach, she confided in me that she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I said, then the only way that this is going to happen is if you set a date and you have somebody hold you accountable. Guess who held her accountable? On August the 15th, she quit. She did. She quit. She fired him. The next morning, I was a little worried about her, so I checked on her to make sure that she was still breathing and that she hadn't woken up by the alarm and inadvertently gone into the office, but she was still in bed. She actually agreed to turn the alarm off, and she said, okay, now what do I do? Well, what was really interesting is because she put good intentions out into the universe, not only one day, but I believe it was maybe 1 or 2 days later, a broker calls her on a deal that she had looked at down in Richmond, Virginia. It wasn't a 1 unit, it wasn't a 2 unit, it wasn't a 3 unit, it was a 4 unit apartment building. And she said, Tammy, what do I do? And I said, go for it. If the numbers work, we're going to do it. You know, I'm right there beside you the whole entire way. She did it. She completed her first rehab in 6 weeks on a 4 unit. She was able to come in under budget. She was able to do this single-handedly by herself, and I could not be more honored than Miss Debbie Hodneck. Get your butt up here, girl. So, as always, it has not been an easy road. We've spent a lot of time on the phone. Here's a gift for you. In fact, we were on the phone more on a daily basis, and when we stopped communicating, it was a very odd feeling. Withdrawal symptoms, right? And so here she is today. The unit, the whole entire building is completely rehabbed, and we're now working on marketing strategies to get it occupied. And it's not going fast enough for Debbie. As a project manager, things don't go fast enough, and most everybody that is a real estate investor, a type A personality, and they want to be in total control, right, Deb? But sometimes they have to understand that things are not always in their control, right? So she's on a journey. She's on a huge journey, and what I'm most proud of her now for is the fact that she did it. She's done. She's on her way. And she's on her way to really big things. In fact, she just got a phone call this week. I haven't even heard about it yet. About another deal, another 4 unit, from the same broker that she built a relationship with, that she looked at earlier in the year. The price has finally come down. But now she said something to me on the phone the other night that was really profound. I said, are you ready? She said, I'm not only ready, I'm confident. So she has arrived, and she is our most valuable investor of the year. Thank you. This is a daily reminder to go on your wall. $32,000 a year in gross profit. It won't take many of these to replace her income. Now, mind you, this is gross. This is not net. But let me ask you, as you sit here and listen to this story, how many of you also would give anything to be able to fire your boss? Right? How many of you would be able to start on the journey to create financial freedom and financial independence? I don't see any hands going up. So, what is it? What is it that's stopping you? What is it? Think about that as you go into the new year. Every year, January 1st, I spend most of the day in reflection and solitude about my new year, my business plans, what I'm going to be doing, what I'm going to be working on. What do you do? Do you have a business plan? When was the last time you looked at your business plan? When was the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror and told yourself how amazing you are and that you're deserving of this and that you can do this, that you are worthy of this? Because if she can walk away from the government job that she held with a very, very well-paying job and put that behind her and become a full-time investor, she just said help. $32,000 a year in gross income for the first deal, the first acquisition, the first rehab, came in under budget, finished the rehab on 4 units in 6 weeks. Do you realize what you've done?
Well, we can say how much I walked away from it. Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about the deal? Just what has the journey been like for you? Just take a couple minutes. I mean, what were you feeling? What was it like for you? What would you do differently?
I know what I would do differently. I have been sitting in the seat with a lot of you for a long time, and I am a huge analysis paralysis person, and I've spent way more money than I want to know or count up on all the classes that I've taken, because if I just take one more class, then I'll know exactly what I need to do to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And, you know, when I look back on it, as Tammy keeps calling me in front of the, you know, these rooms, and I'm driving away thinking, okay, what did I do? One of the thoughts that comes to mind is that, you know, I knew what I was supposed to do years ago, but I didn't listen to myself, and I came into, you know, not this RIA meeting, but, you know, other RIA meetings. Some of them don't even exist anymore, and I've listened to the gurus who told me, you know, you have to do it this particular way. Oh, no, you can't buy commercial. You know, you need to just start with one and do the rehab there, and, you know, earn your stripes and what have you. And I've always thought, you know, years ago, I said, you know, if I could get me 3 or 4 or 5 of those 4-unit ones, you know, I'm done. And if I had done that then, you know, hindsight is 20/20, but I'm saying to all of you out here, if that's the thought that you have, and you're second guessing yourself, and you're letting other people tell you something different than what you already know in yourself, don't listen to yourself.
All right.
Did you get a picture?
And whatever Tammy tells you to do it.
That's because I've made a lot of mistakes. And that's where we learn. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail forward. It's okay to brush the dust off your knees and get right back up. I'm here to tell you this real estate stuff, it does work. It works in California, it works in Texas, it works in Maryland, it works in DC, it works in Florida, it works in Canada, it works everywhere. But you've got to be willing to take action and apply yourself to make it happen. It's not going to happen overnight. Real estate is not about a get-rich-quick success story, although sometimes you often hear that. It's a lifelong journey of commitment in education and taking baby steps each and every day, and then celebrating the successes along the way, and learning from the mistakes and the failures that you've made so that you go into the next project stronger and armed with knowledge and more ready to take it on. So are you guys ready for 2013? Woo! Yeah. I know I am. This next individual, I don't know how. I don't know how this woman does what she does. I don't. This girl not only works 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job, or maybe I have a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs. I don't know, I'll correct myself. I'll have her correct me when she comes up. She sat in my multi-unit commercial class 2 years ago. And her smile is incredibly infectious. Her laugh lights up an entire room. And she was working with someone at the time, and then I know she went on to do the things that she was doing, and I didn't hear from her for quite a while. But now I know the reason I didn't hear from her is because she was out there making it happen. I don't know how, with working a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs, I don't know how She gets up at 5 in the morning and goes to bed at 2 in the morning and is able to put down multiple deals. She has managed the rehab of the deals. She has managed the contractors of the deals. She has managed to do deals 5 hours away. Why? Because that's where the numbers worked and that's where the market was that would support her entry into this business. I said, why did you go there? What made you all of a sudden leap into this extraordinary stratosphere of real estate investing? She said, when I was sitting in your class, you said something to me one day, and that's all it took. I oftentimes don't know what it is that I say or what other people say that motivates you and inspires you and that lights that passion of fire in your belly. And I don't know if what I'm going to say to you is going to have any meaning to you. It may or may not. But apparently what I said to her was, which I said to the whole room of my students, was how hungry are you? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Because if you want it bad enough, you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. For this woman to work one full-time job, also for the government, to also work 2 full-time jobs, and I can't even count the number of homes she's put down right now because I know she's also working on a rehab as we speak, and she's actually here tonight. But what she has done is extraordinary, and what I want to share with you is I look at each and every one of you in the eyes. You know I'm in the business. You know I live this, I talk this, I breathe this, I dream this. What this woman has shown me, there are no excuses, guys and ladies. There's no more excuses after what I have seen happen in her life. She probably could let go of her careers right now, but she's chosen not to. Why? Because she's sacrificing the next 3 to 5 years of her life to build her financial security. 5 to 7 years is what it takes, folks, to become financially independent and financially free. Not only is she on her way, this is our highest honor as the Investor of the Year. Her remarkable accomplishments and success, District 3 is most honored to present this very special and Distinguished Achievement Award for Excellence in all areas of real estate investing. She closed the most transactions of any investor that I know of. She completed many single-family homes and multi-unit properties as well. She achieved true financial freedom. She may not have replaced her income yet, but she has arrived and she has created true financial freedom. But the most important thing is she believed in herself. She had the faith to succeed. And when I saw her a couple months ago, I learned that in the midst of all this excitement, her life partner of 8 years, her fiance, died suddenly. Died suddenly. She didn't stay down. She got up. I saw her literally, I think it was within a month of learning of this. And she said, this is what he would want me to do because he supported me in my dream. And I know wherever he may be, he's shining down on her tonight. Miss Valerie Sanderlin, please. will you now please share with everyone, because I don't know, how many posts have you done? Through the tears, it's okay.
This is very, very hard for me right now. First of all, I just want to thank my fiance, he's no longer here, DeAndre Holiday, for supporting me. And also I want to thank my mom in the audience for being there for me. And she had my back through this journey. Tammy's right, I do work a lot of jobs.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. But I always believe that hard work pays off. And some of these, I think Maria in the room, she know how hard I work. She bought a wholesale deal from me, and I
Need to
do the
defend
deal.
yourself. We know.
But this is truly an honor here right now. And I am currently rehabbing. Just finish up on duplex. So I'm in the same stage as Deb, trying to rent that out.
What would numbers say? Five?
No, I think it's 6.
See, she's lost count.
6.
Because you're not focused on what you've done. All you're focused on is doing and getting it done. And I don't know how you do what you do. I look at how busy I am, and I know what I do. You inspire me. You motivate me to get out there and do better. Because I don't know where you get the energy to pull up what you do. You're extraordinary, and we are so honored. So, are you a little bit composed now? Okay. Tell us about the duplex. How did you get it? Where is it? Was it an REO, ARV on it? What you're putting into it? How long it's going to take to get it done? Just to give them an idea of what you're doing right this moment.
Okay, the deal I'm working on is in DC, Northeast DC, and I got the deal through word of mouth. The young lady, she did a short sale actually on the deal. I believe he owed like $220,000. I got it for $73,000. I put about 50 in it. This is a buy and hold, as Tammy was saying. I'm building up my portfolio. And I'll be renting it out for $1,300 per unit. So it's pretty much done.
So $1,300 a unit, that's $2,600 a month.
Yeah.
Times 12 is, I'm not good with math, how much is that? Looking for profit for a year. But I know she's not focused on the money. I know her business comes from right here. I know where it comes from. Part of being an extraordinary investor is networking. Part of being an extraordinary investor is doing things oftentimes that you don't want to do. Have you borrowed expensive money?
Yes.
Have you made mistakes?
Yes.
Have you made several mistakes?
Several mistakes.
Have you had big multi-unit investors who are playing in the DC market come up to you and offer to take this transaction off your hands?
Yes.
Yes. She's on her way, but I feel she's already arrived.
Absolutely.
And I believe we all deserve to get up on our feet and give this woman an extraordinary standing ovation. So are you guys ready for 2013? If Valerie can do it, can you? So, as Valerie said to me, How hungry are you? How bad do you really want this? Are you really willing to sacrifice and commit to going the extra mile to make it happen to be the investor that you want to be? I don't know if that success is defined by 1 unit, just for some extra monthly cash flow, or 400 units. It doesn't matter the number of units. It matters that you get out there, put one foot in front of the other, and make it happen. I know there's some others in the room that have done deals, because I've been talking to you, but I didn't know about it. And you've got to talk about what you're doing. You've got to let people know about your successes. You've got to celebrate your successes. Stephanie, come up, please. I'm putting her on the spot. I told her I was going to put her on the spot, but I'm putting her on the spot. I see her smiling face from time to time. I know she's been sitting there trying to get deals done, decided to focus on a niche called short sales, and had a couple deals fall through, also felt frustrated, right? And when I walked in that front door tonight, she shared with me, hold this and tell everybody what you told me.
I did 2 deals this year, the last 6 to 8 months.
In the last 6 to 8 months. So it's absolutely. What was it that you did differently to get that first deal done? Consistency. And then you got the second one done. Do you now know, without a shadow of a doubt, you do it? Are you on your way? She's on her way. Anybody else that has done a deal this year that I need to acknowledge? Because if you have done a deal this year, you have got to celebrate your successes. Is there anybody here that has done a deal? Royce, have you done a deal? Kind of, sort of, doing real estate?
Yes.
You have, thank you. Please come up and share. Just take a minute or two. Just share your successes of what you've done.
I was doing some probate dealing in the District of Columbia, and got lucky enough to come across a property in Northeast DC and Clay Street. Right up the street from River Terrace Park. You can come outside, look down, kind of see the water. They're going to be bringing shortly, I think something from the National Harbor. They're going to have boat rides up to this part of the Anacostia River and everything. So we got this property on the contract. I had a private lender, borrowed the money, paid for it. And it took us about 5 weeks to rehab it. And before it was even finished, we had all kind of people wanting to rent it. So we eventually rented it out for $1,375, 2-bedroom, and that's where we are.
So even though I know of some that I've called out this evening and we've celebrated their successes, for those of you that haven't yet shared in being able to get that first deal done, you're in the right place. District 3 is an extraordinary family where we focus on the personal growth of you as an individual and the development of your business. We're not like other real estate investment associations. I strongly recommend that you take a really hard look at your 2013 year business plan and what